Preach it, sister.
That's all I had to say about
Preach
that,
it.
honey.
If having a weed-free lawn is not your thing, then don't watch this video.
No.
But for the people who want a weed-free lawn, we do too.
Hey,
We want to teach you some
us.
secrets
Come on.
about pre-emergent today. We're going to put it down. It's a secret?
It's a secret.
Oh, well, it's not going to be anymore. We're going to teach you everything you need to know so you can do this yourself. Okay, let's go. Okay, bye.
My heel's a doozy.
So here we are. We are at Heather's plantation. We're going to put out some pre-emergent. Did you have any questions?
I have a lot of questions. Okay, I do want to say, for all you people, especially the ladies who feel like the yard is the guy's domain, it is intimidating, it's overwhelming, but grass is good. I also feel like there's a stigma around people who use chemicals on their yard or try, like, it's okay. Like, yes, we try not to use as much chemical as we possibly can, but you know, and to use like some biodiverse methods, all that amazing stuff.
Cultural practices.
Right. Yeah, we do that too. But when we want good grass, like if you want a good lawn, you have to do some kind of maintenance unless you're out there pulling every dang weed. And that ain't happening for me. So
Preach it! We do things to our yard to prevent weeds and to promote healthy grass. And overall, that's what they say is the best way to prevent weeds is to have a healthy stand of grass.
the thicker the patch of grass, the less weeds you're going to have.
Right.
So that's always, especially if you're doing a new yard, you're going to have to do some kind of preventative care to have like a good lawn. Otherwise, weeds are going to take over, especially in the summertime whenever like the fescue starts to take the heat and starts to really struggle. Like that's when your weeds are really going to take off, i.e. crabgrass.
Yes, and we are in North Carolina. We're in the transition zone. So we're in between cool season and warm season grass. So in this lawn, you will see Bermuda grass that is dormant, which is the brown. And then you'll also see fescue that was seeded that we try to promote and push. And so once the Bermuda grass comes out of dormancy, it'll be green. And we have like a mixture of Bermuda and fescue in this lawn, and you know, in the fall or in the summertime, that's great because the heat usually starts to take out some of the fescue, and then the Bermuda grass starts to get pushed and takes over, and so it's like this never-ending battle. But if you want a good lawn, that's kind of like what you have to have. There's a lot of people who try to fight Bermuda grass. I understand.
I mean, if I could get rid of it, I totally would, but it's not possible here unless you literally sprayed out.
Yeah. And I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, I think that the Bermuda grass serves a purpose. It creates a barrier. It still has a lushness to it. Is it like the best grass in comparison to fescue? Not in my opinion, but I think that it works for home loan situations, you know?
Yeah.
Like just make them both happy.
I used to really be against it, but I'm okay with it, especially as long as I don't have other weeds. Like if that's my only concern is Bermuda grass compared to crabgrass or a bunch of other herbaceous weeds, like I can handle it.
Herbaceous.
Hey, so to simplify this for people who have no idea about grass, what you need to know, ladies, is this time of year.
This is where we had a calendar at one time.
You know what? If I find this calendar, I'm going to link it in the description so that you can go and get it and download it.
It is important to know your growing season. So, like, you know, if you're in the Pacific Northwest, like your season looks a lot different than what ours looks like here in the South.
And same with Florida. Obviously, your season's a lot longer than ours.
Yes. So it's important to know what your season is, but we are in the early stages of getting ready to go into spring green up. So all of the dormant plants are going to start putting on blooms. Things are going to start warming up here.
Time of year is key if you're wanting things to germinate and grow versus preventative care.
Correct. This is for already established lawns.
Yes.
And you're not putting out any grass seed. And it's important to know when weeds are going to start germinating. So you think of weeds as a cool season weed. We'll just group those into a box. And then there is a warm season weeds. we already have the cool season weeds here. If you want to get rid of those, you'd have to spray those out. And now we are trying to prevent those warm season weeds like crabgrass from germinating. So,
And now is the time to do that.
because the soil temperatures are warming up, and they say when the soil temperatures reach 55 degrees for 3 consecutive days, then you will start to have germination. So we have reached 70 degrees air temperatures.
Crazy, yeah.
For a few days. We were in that realm. We had some warm days in January, but I don't think we reached 3 consecutive days. Obviously, the only way to know that is to go and do like a soil probe and test the soil temperature to see what that is. But you can really tell by how warm it is during the day and what those low temperatures are, how warm they are. Because when those are warm for 3 consecutive days, it's really when you know that like things are starting to get active in the soil, i.e., weed germination.
What all the professionals say is,
Tell me, I can't read your mind.
around Valentine's Day.
Oh yes, so they do.
And
there
when the
are
yellow
some,
bells.
like, good indicators.
Well,
Yes,
shit is.
when it's Valentine's Day, and then gosh, I always get those mixed up. Is it Memorial Day after that? I get my holidays mixed up. But Valentine's Day, when the forsythias start to bloom, or the daffodil, when they start to come up out of the ground, that's a good indicator
That the ground is getting warm and it's time to prevent weeds.
for weeds.
For warm season weeds.
We are going to put this down at approximately 2 pounds per 1,000 square feet. Like I said, read the label. There are things that tell you, there's things on here of like what to wear, your PPE. There's also things to say, like if you were to get this on sidewalks, to wash it off or sweep it off so that it doesn't like wash into water, bodies of water, things like that. Also, it'll tell you like rates. And then there's this huge long list of plants that if you were wondering if you could put this near, that these would be safe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Are we good?
Well, there's a lot on here, but
Is this a list that is safe or not safe?
that is safe. Tolerant ornamental species. Yeah. And there's like sedums on here, which is good because I know you got some sedum.
I do not have sedum.
Just kidding. Buddleia,
I got Budleia.
Bandera, Celowana, Banca, Liriope, because everybody's got that Liriope. That Liriope, that Japanese maple, and that ligustrum. Everybody's got that.
All right, so show us the label. And what are you looking at whenever you're looking at
So
it?
this is the fertilizer ratio. So NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. This is how much nitrogen we're putting out. This is going to help us with some green up. And then this is the active ingredient for the pre-emergent prodiamine. And that will tell you like how much the percentage is.
And then you're just supposed to read all of this.
Yep, get your readers on. Read the label. The label is the laws. When you're putting out something, this is your job to know what this says.
The label is the law. The label is the law.
Even though I've put this out a million times. Pre-emergent means that it controls weeds from germinating and coming up, not get rid of weeds that are already germinated. So like if there were weeds already in the yard, it's not going to kill those, but it does lay down a barrier so that new weeds won't emerge. And it is selective, so it's not like it's going to take care of all things. There's just certain things that it's not going to let come up. We have crabgrass. That's the number one weed that we are trying to stay on top of and prevent from emerging. Also goosegrass, that's a good one.
So if someone was going to site one and said, hey, I need some pre-emergent to put on my lawn, are there multiple options or?
Yeah, so there's liquid you could put out. In my opinion, it's what kind of applicator do you have? Do you have a spreader or a sprayer that you are more comfortable with or that you have access to? If you have a sprayer, then a liquid form would probably be best for you. If you have a spreader, then I would say granular. That's just my opinion. I do not know of fertilizer being in liquid pre-emergent, to my knowledge. I'm probably wrong. You could always, there are liquid forms of fertilizer, so you could technically mix it together in the tank if they were compatible. I feel like I've got to say all of those long disclaimers. Don't come at me in the comments. I see you, okay? I'm doing the best that I
But if you
can.
have questions, maybe she'll answer them.
If you ask nicely.
Fawn does have her insecticide license.
I have my pesticide license. That is correct. Which covers
Insecticide license. I can spray for bugs, but I can't for weeds. Oh my god.
I do have my pesticide license. That really is for when we're doing applications for clients. If you as the homeowner do not have to have a pesticide license.
Is there anything that you can't spray, like a homeowner can't spray without a pesticide license?
There are some restricted products that only people with licenses can.
But if you went to Site One and said, I need to spray this, this, and this, there's not like a cabinet full of chemical that they don't have access to.
Probably not.
Oh.
There are some things that you have to have, but it's very few.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
There are different applications for spreaders. Heather has a pull behind spreader. It is still a broadcast.
Mine is a big yard, and I think we have estimated about 5 bags to get it around the whole property. It may honestly be less because I'm not gonna, there's a part over here, I don't know if you can see, there's a part over here that I need to sow, like re-sow in grass seeds, so I'm not gonna put that down. And then the field that I originally calculated, I'm gonna plant that in wildflowers this year, so I'm not gonna put any on that either.
Okay.
So it may be less.
Be saving you some money. There's suggested spreader settings on the label for certain brands of spreaders. Depending on which application rates we go at, whether we go at 0.5, which we're actually going to be at 2, so we would be over this right here, over this one. Anyways, it says, like, let's go, that this would be the setting that we would use. But those are suggested settings. It's always good to do your own calibration tests, and there are plenty of resources online for you to be able to see how to do that.
We could probably link a good video of how to figure that out yourself.
We already know what this spreader is going to be putting out. We're estimating about 5 bags worth, and the key is for Heather to drive at a certain speed consistently. That way that there is no changes in the application rate, that they stay the same throughout the entire yard. Make sure that you do not miss any passes. So when you go a direction and you turn around and come back, that way that wherever this spread stopped, you want to pick back up when you come back the opposite direction. So that's the key, to have good coverage but not overlap too much, because then you're going to have strips of green where the fertilizer got the grass twice. Another way that we have done before, and in more high-end applications, we would go 2 different directions. That's a good way, like half the rate, and you would go horizontal one time and then you would come back and go vertical, perpendicular to each other. So you would do like checkerboard passes and do one direction all the way over the entire yard and then come back, and that helps you ensure that you got it
and didn't miss anything.
And you didn't miss anything. Correct.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
You ready to do this?
Let's go. I haven't done a squat in like... I'll do this up here first, this pass, and then I'll probably go to the front yard. 2-4. Roger that. finishing up putting out the pre-emergent. We will try to water this in. Within 14 days, it should get 1/2 inch of water. Now, whether that's rainfall or supplemental watering, it's key to get some water. It is water activated, so it's a granular. It needs to get water on it so that it will dissolve, and it'll put that barrier down onto the soil. So if we do not have rain in the forecast, we'll have to check the weather. If we do not get that 1/2 inch, we'll probably have to put some sprinklers out and water this in so that we can get that start to the germination. So hope that you found this educational, maybe laughed a little bit. And I hope that you want to see more. Good job, Heather. That last video I did, I was literally from this angle and all you saw was double chin. I was telling them that it needed to be watered in within 14 days. So it needs to get 1/2 inch in 14 days.
Yeah.
So if you don't get that within rainfall, then you're gonna have to supplemental water with sprinklers.
I'm not supplemental watering.
Doing anything, just sitting here.
We've got a 20% chance in the next 7 days.
20%. That sounds promising.
That thing needs a bath now.
Thanks for helping me today.
I didn't really do much.
Well, I'm about to put you to work.
With push butter? Yep, we're gonna 2 more projects that we're gonna go and spread some pre-emergent down on, and I'll probably just do some like small clips there.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, then we'll end it here. Thanks for watching. Hope this was educational, informative. You learned something. And if you want to see more, let us know. And we'll give you like this was a rough like 101 on pre-emergent, but if you want a 201, we could do it.
You were trying to do math, weren't you?
A little bit.
You were going to do 202.
Is it a 102?
Why did we start at 100 then? Why is it 101? Why don't we start at 1?
I don't know. Why do people say 101?
I think we're in the weeds with this.
We are in the weeds.
We're trying to get out of the weeds.
All right, let's go to lunch and then we'll hit these other job sites and we'll see you guys on the flip side.
There she is. Get it. Get it. Can't tell, but that's a hill. Here she is. Thank you, ma'am.
Label is the law. The label is the law. The label is the law. You're dumb. AF.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. We're here.
And she's there. We're here and there and everywhere. Come with us. Goodbye. Hey, y'all. We're those plant ladies.
Hi, Underwood.
Everybody watches this.
Honk, honk.
The horn blows as the driver. Why does everything always go to the gutter with us?
I don't do that. Get off me. I can't. Why do you look like you're about to poop?
But your lips do look juicy and I really need some chapstick.
No. Weirdo. Phone does have her pesticide license. Can you show me that card?
Yep.
I'm just kidding. Some of the things that I do, I know my mom is cringing. But your dad's like, yep, that's my girl. What you want?
Baby, I got it.
What you need?
Cause you know I got it.
All I'm asking
It's for a little respect when you get home.
just a little bit.
You get home.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-t.
Take out TCP.
Suck it to me, 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 suck it to me,
Talk to me.
suck it to me.
Let's get out of here.
Oh, good. Goodbye. Goodbye.